Hello, and a very warm welcome to Dodger's Tricks. I'm Dodger, and I'm here on a very noisy woodside road in Wyke. And I'm having a day out today on this glorious November morning. Gonna catch 2 buses to get to where I'm going. It's a place I've been a few times, and I want to show you around. So maybe it'll be a bit of a tour, there'll be a walk, and maybe some food at the end of it. So, hope you can join me when we get there. I've arrived. I'm here at Marsden, West Yorkshire, just by the railway station in the National Trust office. It's quite a wet and windy day today, but Dodger's Tricks don't bother about the weather. We'll carry on regardless. And I'm here for a walk that I've done about 4 times I think. Usually come in summer, and it's a lovely walk. It's only very short, very easy, so families and doing the lesson can manage this walk, and it's nice because it covers lots of different terrain. So you'll see that as we go on. As I say, we're not going to see it in its full glory in this weather, but I hope you can get to appreciate the walk. Very easy. It's only about a mile and a half, but it's a round trip, so when we come back we'll retrace our footsteps anywhere. So let's get on with it. Yeah, so this is the National Trust office here in Marsden. You've got plenty of parking. You can park your car here if you want to take off on a walk, and there's plenty to explore. We won't be going right up onto Marsden Moor today, but we are here and we are only walking through Eastergate Bridge. I do like a nice bridge, and this is a nice bridge. So we're going to be taking that walk about a mile and a half. Now when you're in Marsden town centre, you can go right up onto the moors. This is all the Marsden Moor estate. Look, tons of reservoirs, and it's really nice. If you've got a dog, perfect. So that's for lengthier walks, more strenuous walks. But this is nice. Well, in the main it's nice and level. There's just a slight slope which we'll get to. But you can see how much rain we've had or are having. Just having to walk in the middle of the road there to avoid them 2 giant puddles. A lovely stone road here, and there the railway station. So you can come from Huddersfield by train, 10 minutes on the train. I came on the bus today from Wyke in Bradford, and it was a 30-minute journey into Huddersfield bus station, and then another bus to Marsden. I do like a bridge, and I'm stood on one right now. And we've got another one just there, across the canal, and in the distance a road bridge going over the canal. So I'm going to have to keep wiping the camera down, I think, because I'm walking into the wind, walking into the rain. What I'm going to do is after the walk, we'll go into Marsden village proper and give you a little show around the shops and that, and we'll see if we can get something to eat as well. Got a train information board here just outside the station. There's that small bridge over the canal. Then we've got the locked gates just down here. Love all this Yorkshire stonework. Boy, can you see it on the camera? I don't know, it's really chucking it down, really bouncing now. But we go out in all weathers regardless. Let's have a look at the locks. Lovely lock, very small lock gates, only very narrow. and all the mechanism. Then up here, maybe not in quite as good repair, the upper gate. Plenty of brave walkers out today, not just myself, enjoying the walk along the canal towpath. They're better wrapped up than I am. They've got the weather waterproofs. If you've been following me, especially the last video, you'll realise that all my belongings are in storage. I've just got a couple of coats, and we didn't think we were going to be homeless quite so long when we packed up our stuff. So I've just got a fleece on me, my Yorkshire cap. Now, this first part of the walk is along the towpath. It looks like they've repaired the footpath since I was here last time. And towpath, very nice to walk along a towpath, but I much prefer to walk along a river. There's always a bit more water action with a river, isn't there? Towpaths can be a little bit boring, but then again it's better than just walking down a mundane street. So the rain is bouncing down. What I'll need to be doing is keep stopping and wiping the camera down. But we'll pick it up when we're a little bit further along. We've only been walking like 5 minutes from the railway station Marsden, and here it's saying 5 minutes walk along the towpath to the Standedge tunnel and visitor centre. So yeah, at the end of this section of the canal is the famous Standedge tunnel. We won't be able to go in there today, but I can just give you all this information, and then maybe come warmer days, maybe next summer, you'd like to come along and do this walk and take the opportunity to take a boat trip into Standedge tunnel. Now, the sort of glass-topped boats that go in, and I think you go in for about 30 minutes or something like that. On special occasions they do boat trips that are one way, and it goes from this end right through to the other end of the tunnel. I think those tickets are about £20, £25 each. But it'll be a one-off experience. I think what they also do as well, special occasions, they organise kayaking into the tunnel. Now normally you can't take non-powered boats into the tunnel, but when you're under the instruction of the guide, there's groups that will take you through. There's a train just going over there, over the canal. It'll be on its way into Lancashire. Here at Marsden we're about 8 miles west of Huddersfield, and I think 10 miles from Oldham in Lancashire. There's another well-known West Yorkshire village, part of the Huddersfield greater area, place called Homeforth, which I guess a lot of people will know for the TV programme Last of the Summer Wine, and that's about 10 miles away from Marsden. So you could do the two centres, Marsden, Homeforth, in one day. Be quite a nice day out. Just had a really heavy downpour there just for a few seconds, but I'm getting under shelter now. Welcome to Britain's longest, highest, deepest canal tunnel. No, not this. This is under the railway bridge. Bit of wastewater action there. I think the building as we emerge from this side of the bridge, the building on the right there is the visitor centre. I think it is also known as the North of England music something or other, the Marsden e-shuttle. So maybe that, you know, if you don't want to walk the towpath, it'll go pick you up at the lock gates, bring you down here. Nice little spot though here in this basin. The cafe and bar over there, it's saying. We'll walk over. Just here before we get to the footbridge, a little picnic area. I've come with grandkids before and they've really enjoyed this walk. As I say, it's a half hour. There's the train tracks right next to the footpath. Here we are, playground in the form of a ship. Here we got an information board. Welcome to Tunnel End. Tough at the top, crossing the Pennines. We have come up with some clever ways to move people and goods across the Pennines, but it hasn't been easy because of the tough landscape. We have used the Conn Valley as a valuable transport route, and one thing is certain, it is always changing. So from pack horses, canals, railways, and today, of all the routes doing along the valley, turnpike, canal, railway and roads, they're mostly used for leisure. We are here, Standedge Visitor Centre, you are here, that's it. So, the canal goes, oh no, that comes from Huddersfield and we are here, and then it's going to go under the Pennines. Good information board. Right, let's go across this little footbridge. So maybe you pick up the boat rides through the tunnel from the basin just behind me. Oh, this is Standedge Visitor Centre. Gateway to Standedge Tunnel. The highest, longest and deepest canal tunnel in Britain. Opened 2001. not the tunnel, the visitor centre. It was opened by Lily Turner, daughter of David Whitehead, the fastest legger through the tunnel in 1914. So I think Blue Peter came here. Does anybody remember the TV show Blue Peter in the 60s and 70s? And I'm sure they came here to Standedge Tunnel and they did the walk through the Pennines, because the tunnel is only narrow enough for one boat. And of course in the early days the boats were pulled by horses along the towpath. That's why it's called Towpath, because it was the horses would pull the canal boats. So with no power, the bargees had to walk through the tunnel, and they would lay on planks. They would set some planks up on either side of the boat. They would lay flat on the back or on the sides, and they would walk through the tunnel, walk the feet touching the walls of the tunnel and pull the boats through. Pull the boats through, walk the boats through. Let's get it right. So we've got a plaque here, Transport Trust, Transport Heritage Site, Standedge Canal Tunnel, built in 1794 to 1811 for the Huddersfield Narrow Canal. 5.2 kilometres in length. It is the longest, highest and deepest canal tunnel in the UK. There we are. So this is the water's edge. It's a cafe and I believe it's just run by volunteers, and opens Friday, Saturday and Sundays. Just doing some, getting the main... Winter opening hours, sir.
Yeah,
What?
Saturday and Sundays now, 9:30 to 3.
That's very good. Thanks very much for putting us right about that. So just at this time of year, until when? March, April?
Well, as far as I'm aware, we're running it up to Christmas.
Yes.
We're opening Boxing Day.
Yeah.
We did last year, we made a fortune.
Oh, was it a popular day out?
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
everybody gets together on Christmas Day with relatives and all that.
Yeah, yeah.
So, and then I think we're shutting for a month.
I see. Right.
Christmas.
Okay. So you can check the website, I guess,
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
and all that information will be on there.
Yeah, yeah.
But thanks very much for telling us that.
That's okay.
Yeah. I mean, I've seen it. I've been down many times in summertime. It's a popular spot. Is this for grabbing a drink?
I
And
mean, Bank Holiday Monday, we did a pirate weekend, and Friday, Saturday and Sunday, we
Yes.
put 3,000 quid in there.
wow, that is good
At
going.
£2 a cup.
On just sort of sandwiches and drinks.
£3 for a bacon
Yeah.
back or
Wow.
a cheese toaster. Oh yeah.
Well,
The
the stuff.
See, we can keep the prices out because we're all volunteers.
Yes.
There's no staffing cost.
Yeah. Yeah.
So,
So prices are reasonable.
people come from
So-
the village all the time, you see.
So if you come with a family,
Oh yeah.
it's not going to cost you an arm and a leg. It's affordable.
I mean, first lot in on Sunday.
I'll just stand under the shelter
I
while
do,
we're
that's
chatting.
why I'm
just,
paid for it,
yeah.
And I think there were 8 of them, and they all had bacon backs and what have you. And they spent 35 quid.
Yeah. Can't go.
If they'd gone and paid it to Marsden, it'd be 50 quid.
Yeah. Oh, aye.
Yeah, so.
Yeah. There's some.
Oh no, it's a nice place to work. And, well, I run the cafe Saturday and Sunday.
Yeah. Do you live in Marsden yourself?
No, I live in Melbourne.
Oh, Melton, right. Okay.
But,
Yeah.
I mean, I've looked to move into Marsden because I spend Tuesday with my work team. There's about, when we're all here, there's 18 of us, all
Yeah.
different, from all different walks of life. We've got 3 accountants.
Oh, yeah.
They love it because they've been sat at desks all their lives and they haven't had the banter of working with a gang of lads.
No.
And they're showing them how to use tools that they've never seen before. It's very good.
So it benefits. You're benefiting the public by being open,
Oh, yeah.
but you're also getting benefits yourself from
Oh, yeah,
the
absolutely.
camaraderie and.
Oh, yeah.
I suppose you're learning new stuff as well
Oh, yeah.
yourself. Even
Yeah,
you
well,
can all bring different skills, but you learn.
I do most of the painting and decorating. 'Cause
See, all
I've
maintenance
had 2
man.
knee replacements, so I'm not a digger, mate.
Right. Yeah.
But I do most of the decorating.
Yeah.
It's
Great.
it's a great place to work.
How's your knee replacements? Are you really pleased with how it went?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I went in, did them 6 weeks apart. I went in at 7 o'clock on Saturday morning
Yeah.
and walked out with a stick on Sunday lunchtime.
Ah.
Both times.
Yeah.
Yeah. But, yeah.
Yeah.
No, I like
My wife's lined up for one, but because she's still fairly young,
Yeah.
they said they don't want to do it because when they do it, they want it to see her through, you know.
Oh yeah. Yeah. But there's nothing to it.
No.
The only thing I would say to anybody that's having it do it, you must stick to the exercises afterwards.
Right.
If you don't,
You won't get that mobility
No,
back.
you won't.
No.
but I lost my wife 5 years ago. But my stepdaughter came and she was a right bitch with her, making me do the exercises.
She was like Sergeant Major.
Yeah. But you know, So I'd recommend it to anybody.
Ah, right. That's
But
good.
I mean, pal of mine, he's got private insurance, and so he had it done. Same place at Nuffield.
Oh, yes, yeah.
Used to be at Nuffield.
Yeah.
And, for one knee, he paid 16,300.
Wow.
So
Well, you can see where they get the price from, I suppose.
yeah.
But you know.
Yeah. But I can't complain. I mean,
Yeah.
I didn't have a long wait,
No.
and I mean, I went to see the surgeon, and they'd done some X-rays at Huddersfield, you know, general. And I said, these are no good. We'll have some more. So there's no waiting. He took me down to the X-ray place. Fella photographed it, put it onto his computer, and he said, "Well, Ken," he says, "I can tell you both your knees are buggered."
Yeah.
I said, "Is that a medical expression?"
Ah,
He says,
yeah.
"Absolutely." He said, "So I'll have you in, I think it was 4 weeks later, and then 6 weeks later,
Yeah.
I was at it again." Yeah. Oh yeah.
I didn't realise, you know, that they would have you in so quick from doing one to having the next one done.
There was a slight problem with it, I must admit, because you come out and they give you morphine
Oh yeah,
to bring out with you.
yes,
Well, by the time I'd finished the course of morphine on the first one,
yeah.
I went back in again and I'd like 3 months of morphine and I was getting hooked on it. Oh,
I was going to say, it's
yeah.
like highly
It was
addictive, isn't it?
summertime and I'd be sat on patio and neighbour would come round to make sure I was still alive
Yeah.
because it was knocking me out all the time.
Yeah, yeah, you have to be careful, because in hospital they're very careful
Oh,
about how
yeah.
much they give you.
I
Yeah.
mean, morphine's absolutely fabulous.
Well, I have had it in hospital as well, you
Yeah.
know, when I've
Yeah,
been
it's
in a lot of
fantastic.
pain. And I mean, it just works just like that
Oh,
in
yeah.
an instant, doesn't
Oh
it?
yeah, it's fantastic.
And made me sleep and everything, so yeah.
So
I could-
as I say, I work 3 days a week here. I work cafe Saturday, Sunday, and I work on maintenance team Tuesday.
Yeah.
And then I do 2 mornings at the hospice shop in Honley.
Oh,
'Cause,
right.
Since I lost my wife, I can't stop at home.
No.
And when I'm at home, I paint all the time.
Right.
The cafe's full of my paintings.
Oh, right.
But I paint
Are they
by-
for sale then? Or?
Well, I've sold them, but
Yeah.
I mean, it's paint by numbers.
Oh, yes, yeah.
But an average painting takes 60 to 70 hours to paint
Right.
because it's all fine stuff.
Yeah, yeah.
But while you're painting, you're not thinking about ourselves.
No, that's it. You have to really
Thinking,
concentrate.
What about this? What about that?
Mm. And I suppose that's what they're getting out does for you as well.
Oh yeah, oh yeah.
And you're meeting and you're chatting.
Oh, yeah.
And,
But I've got other interests as well because I was a postmaster. But before I was a postmaster, I was a police sergeant. But I've been in CID a few years and it wasn't doing manage any good.
was this with West Yorkshire?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
Well, I joined Huddersfield Borough Police 60 years ago.
Yeah.
In September. Well, no, but 11th of November I got sworn in. So it's exactly 60 years ago this month.
My granddad was in
I did a few years in uniform and then in
Yeah,
CID, and then I
CID.
got promoted uniform sergeant and they were sending me back a detective sergeant. There's no difference in rank like but
No.
my first wife said if you go back in there I'm leaving you. So I came out and bought a post office,
Yeah.
which I ran for 27 years. So 3 years later she buggered off anyway with a lot from David Brown's. But I got married again.
David Brown, is that the tractors?
Eh?
Is that tractors place?
Yeah.
David Brown,
Oh yeah, I had Belton Post Office for 27 years.
Right.
And,
So you got out of that some time ago, did you?
46 years since I left the police force. And
No,
when they found
but-
out my wife had died,
Yeah.
they just took me back in. It's like I've never been away.
Oh,
It's like the most exclusive club in the country.
yeah.
Like tomorrow, first Wednesday of every month, the criteria is you've got to have served in Huddersfield Borough, which Huddersfield Borough was taken out in 1968 by the amalgamation. So there'll be between 8 and 10 of us, and sometimes I'm the youngest there and I'm 79.
Yeah. So
So-
it's like a dying.
Oh yeah, but virtually all of us were detectives. And it gets quite noisy sometimes when they get falling out over the Ripper. Because we all went on.
Oh,
I
You-
went on the very first Ripper murder at Scotthall Road at Leeds, that Luna McCann, and then I got promoted into uniform. So
Yes.
but, there's a couple of detective superintendents that have been on murder squad, and they were always arguing about who did this and who didn't do that. And,
yeah.
it's for
Yeah.
fun. And then we have four big lunches a year at Briar Court for retired police officers and the wives. So yeah, but they've accepted me back like just like anybody.
That's really nice. Yeah.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's great. Yeah.
And I bet you never run out of stories.
Oh no, but that's the whole point. The last I worked with in here on a Sunday, she's an ex-Manchester detective, but she retired 4 years ago.
Yeah.
And she said, I haven't got any stories to tell. I said, well, it was a different era, Jane. It was fun, you know.
Yeah.
We didn't have taped interviews or anything like that.
No computers and all that
Oh,
as
no, I
well.
mean, you know, I can honestly say all the time I was a copper out in 14 years. I never saw a search warrant. We just used to knock on the door and walk in, didn't we,
Yeah.
nowadays?
Yeah.
But it's all gone politically correct now, hasn't it?
Well, it's all cameraed up and everything, isn't it?
Yeah,
You
yeah.
know, people
Yeah,
have got the
great.
phones, so they're recording you.
Criminal evidence that came in the year after I left.
Yeah.
But, yeah. But,
Fascinating.
oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. It's good.
The differences, you know.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, you know, sometimes I look at them and I can't think what were they like all those years ago.
I mean, you talk
they
about the
got
days
full
when Copper would
legs
grab hold of you by ear
Yeah.
and take you home to your mum and dad and tell
And
you.
the problem is I go to these lunches and I've done it once, twice, sat at the table with a couple of blokes in their lives and they've said, who are you? And I said, I'm Ken Jones. Well, we don't know you. I said, well, I left 46 years ago, so they joined after I'd left, did 30 years, retired, and now they're police pensioners. And, yeah, it's good fun.
Yeah,
Yeah.
good stuff.
Oh, yeah.
I'm pleased you know you've got a nice full life and
Oh, I've got to.
you know you're still active as well after your knee replacement. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you know you got through that with no problem as well, and
No, but-
you got nothing but good things to say about the care you had. There's another volunteer. Anyway, I'll leave you. It's been lovely to chat with you, Ken. Thank you very much.
Okay.
We've got a bit of a Halloween here, a bit of sticky face through, two ghouls, Standedge ghosts. So here we have the entrance to Standedge Tunnel. Obviously you can't come down when you feel like it with your kayak and go through. It's all gated up and locked up. Over there we've got a duck house as well, and bird table, bird feeding stations. Great for wildlife. Right, I'll carry on with my walk. Thank you, Ken, so much for your time.
Yeah, nice to talk to you.
So we're going to head back up to where we came off the bridge, and then we'll take the next section of the walk. On the bus coming out of Huddersfield, I've seen these lovely big poppies tied to every single lamppost all the way up here to Marsden. Absolutely, looks really, really good. So yeah, we're very close to Remembrance Sunday. Another information boards here. Marsden Community Association. Spooky boat trips along the Huddersfield Canal. Join our scary crew. Obviously that's a bit out of date now. Just had Halloween last couple of days ago, basically. Halloween Spooktacular at Standedge Tunnel. That'd be spooky going in the tunnel, wouldn't it, at Halloween? And maybe that's something for next year to think about. Take your kids on a Halloween trip with a difference. Oh, the rain's coming down. So yeah, that's I'm not sure if it's a centre that you can look around. We'll go and have a look when we come back. But I know it's like a wedding venue place. You come in summer and there's big grass outside on the other side, and you see wedding parties, everyone in the finery. And yeah, big weddings hosted there. I'd say it's a North of England music society or something like that, promoting the training of musicians. And if you have a look on the website, you get the full details about that. So what we're doing is taking up, this is like, I think, the only sort of slightly steep section, just this 100 metres up this hillside. Just to the break in the wall. Look out, bees about, a load of hives there. Train disappearing towards Marsden station, and this is the footpath that we're walking up. So you get to the break in the wall, quick look left and right, some lovely cottages here on the right hand side, and we continue on this footpath through that other break in the wall. I'm hoping you're getting to see things despite the rain. So yes, lovely row of small cottages here. Got quite long gardens. Nice place to live. Let's just have an explore up here. See if I can do. Oh, it's too wet. I'm going to fall. Maybe this bit's a bit less steep. Right. Wow. Look at that. That is deep down there. So I believe this is like, describe it as a reservoir on the maps. It's got like the stepped sides to it, but it's very overgrown. It's always been like this, full of trees whenever I've been, so whether it's actually used as a reservoir for water supplies anymore, probably not. Just look at the hillside over there. You can see the clouds on the hillside. Sheep are out in all weathers, aren't they? Let's go down these steps. Oh no, can't, it's chained off. I was going to go down the steps and have a look down that overflow because it looks very deep. Let's see if I can put the extension stick on. Does that help at all? Can you see down there? I don't know. There was like a gate here, sluice gate. So maybe it is a drain away if the reservoir ever gets too full. Right, let's carry on now. So we would have come to the end of the footpath here, and then we continue. Footpath very clearly marked, you can't go wrong. This is from the visitor centre. It says follow the red arrows, or this walk to Eastergate Bridge. Standedge Nature Reserve. There we go. Got tons of bird boxes, or the bat boxes. I think they're bat boxes, aren't they? In the woods. Roy Crawford would like to have a little walk around here. I'm sure he could tell us a lot about it. Dogs must be under control. We've got like a little beck thing running down here on the right hand side. I think a little way off to the left there, don't know if you can pick it up, but there's like tree trunks that have been spaced out as so walk down, but like picnic areas. It is a good place to bring a picnic with kids. That's what we do when we come on this walk. Bring some sandwiches and some drinks. And in summer, it's a really nice place where you can stop. So the walk is only like half an hour to get there, half an hour to get back if you're walking without a break. But there are all these places to stop off. Have a sandwich, just sit and watch other people's kids playing in the river and such like. We'll get to a spot further down where it's good for dogs and kids to go and have a paddle. But this is the river. How do you say? I always struggle with this word. River River Colne. I don't know. Colne, River Colne. Tell me, please. I thought I had it. I thought I had that word sussed out before I came. No, I'm backtracking on myself. I can't say it. River Colne. River Colne. It's because Colne's in Lancashire, isn't it? The wrong side of the Pennines. We make our way back up this little track onto the footpath proper. Again, benches. Stop and while away your time on a nice day. And just beyond the wall there on the right hand side is a road, so you can drive down if you don't want to do this full walk. Couple of ducks there, male and female. Like a little wooden footbridge as well, from where they've just come from. But just imagine in summer, sun shining, ducks, feed the ducks, kids enjoying themselves, dog walkers about. Although I've seen loads of dog walkers this morning, absolutely heaps of them. So the weather doesn't put them off, does it? Hello there. Hello.
Hello.
A couple of other walkers there out and about, all dressed in the best waterproof clothing, not like Dodge here, with his little fleece on. I don't even have my walking boots, they're all packed away as well, in storage. But luckily we're not going to be going anywhere that's going to be too muddy. Some beautiful houses here, look, they're hairy, private. Big long drive leads up to a big house. Even these houses, what a beautiful spot. Isn't it? What a nice outlook. Looking out onto the nature reserve and those hills that we saw a moment ago. Now in this beck or stream, whatever you want to call it, you see kids in summertime and they're coming along and they're doing tadpoling with the nets and the jam jars, collecting the frog spawn or the tadpoles. Seems to be quite a popular place. We were speaking with somebody once who had come over from Lancashire, so it's sort of that equidistance, I think, between sort of Huddersfield and Oldham side. You even get the foreigners coming over. Continuing on, all these beautiful, they're all detached homes, aren't they? Green acres. I always like that name, Green Acres. There's an estate in Wyke, which is all Green Acres this and Green Acres that. Another bench here. Stop, read a book, while away the hours, have a cup of coffee. Again, that outlook, the hillside in the distance. So this, you go up the hillside, is all part of the Marsden Moor estate, which talked about right at the beginning. I do love this walk. I suppose it's easy, quite simple to get to, and well, I've done it, as I say, this is probably my 5th time in total since I discovered it that I've been back and walked this route. Highly recommend it. I'm getting on to some semi-detached houses now, but still fine outlook. So, it's coming to the end of this section of the route. Go through this large wooden gate. And we're onto the road. House being sold. I always like the look of these houses as well. Trethella Cottage. I don't know when you've been there to see in there, they've got like benches against the river bank. Beautiful. So it's a good road. You can drive all the way up here if you want to, but you're missing out on a chunk of the walk, that's the only thing. Yeah, so all these row of cottages, every one of them, as I remember. Let's have a look, see if we can see in the Trethella Cottage garden. Oh, it's all fenced off, so you can't kind of get around the side of the house there. But very nice. It's come away, all these wooden shutters at the windows. I like this stonework here, the arches. Each house has its own arch. They're all beautifully kept. So this is Lower Hay Green. If you ever fancy living Banks. There's a water trough here. Water's coming down the hillside into here. And there's a drain just off to the right, so that'll flow into the river, no doubt. But yeah, water your horse. And no doubt this banked garden area belong to the individual cottages. Yeah, very nice row of houses. Very desirable place to live, as long as the River Colne doesn't flood. Now we're coming up to a fascinating place here. No longer in use. It's one of those places I'd love to go inside the gate. And there's a blue plaque. I do like a blue plaque, if you know me. Any kind of plaque. Red plaque, green plaque, blue plaque. But here, by this very marvellous gate, a gate with a difference. You don't see many of them to the pound. So apparently this gate, although the iron is sort of like aging well, it was only put up here in about 2002 by local artists, and apparently it is meant to signify the relationship between Marsden and the South Seas. So like a Tahitian maiden with a long hair. You've got bolts of lightning coming out of her fingers. There and there. So what was the link that Marsden had with the South Seas? If anybody knows, please let me know. It'd be fascinating. But anyway, onto the plaque, which is getting a bit weather worn now. Hay Green generator, circa 1890. Water powered generator installed to provide the first electricity to light a house in the Colne Valley. Hay Green house, which is behind this wall, and the generator were owned by Joseph Crowther, a prominent mill owner. Let's see if there's a plaque there. It's a blank plaque. It's something worn away with the weather. Excuse me, madam. We'll see what we can see. So it's like built with like the castellated top there. There is like a doorway in. Wouldn't it be good to go in there? Another doorway. You just see the side entrance there. Yeah, love to go exploring, but long since out of use, long since closed. Behind here is what was the Hay Green Hotel, like a luxury country hotel, and it's got a huge lake, or it did have a huge lake with a big fountain in it in the centre, which we might be able to catch a glimpse of. I believe in about 2000, early 2010s, 11, 12, 13, the hotel was no longer viable and it was put up for sale. So I don't know what it is now, whether it's been turned into private home, solely owned by one individual, or is it apartments, or is it a business premises? See if there's any signage at the entrance, just a little ways up here. You can hear loads of ducks coming from over the wall, so no doubt that I like to spend time on the lake. Just short of the entrance to New Hay on the right hand side, on the left here, got another lovely stone bridge going across, and the waterfalls beyond, I believe, are called Horseshoe Falls, the shape of a horseshoe. The river is quite thunderous down here, smashing against the large rocks. And it's actually got there's an output here. Is this from the lake? Don't know. Joining the river anyway. From under this road, I believe that there's a linkage between the river and the lake. Ah, it's like a little, what do you call it? Ginnel here. No doubt that would be a workman's entrance to get into the grounds. Let's put the extension rod thing on and see if we can see this lake. Can you see anything? I don't know if I can see out. There we go. I won't know till I watch it back later. So there we are, very grand entrance. Haygering House private, so there's no signage to indicate, although there are a number of intercoms on there. It's one of them places where you'd like to go in and have a look, see. Well, let's see if we can see a better view of Horseshoe Falls. This is a private road, Yorkshire Road. There we are. It's the colour. What's that colour? There's something in there in the stone that causes the water to turn that colour. I think this is going to be our best vantage point. Horseshoe Falls. Do like a good waterfall. You see the curvature there of the falls. Marsden's Niagara Falls. Coming away from Horseshoe Falls now, going to take the route up Blakely Lane, and there's actually a public footpath I've noticed that leads up there by the side of that wall. Where that goes, who knows. But again, this is just another, so there's a second section of slight steepness, another shy of 100 metres this time, not quite so far as the other one. Just going to walk to the sort of crest here, and then we take a left. We're going to be following a bridleway, public bridleway. Here it is, this time of year, you just got to be careful with the leaves on the ground. But it's reasonably level on this section. And then start to see the stone sets in the ground. So yeah, just be careful. So it's a narrow, one horse wide bridleway that's going to take us to Eastergate Bridge, which is our destination at the end of the walk. You can go further on, I'll explain a little bit about that when we get there. But very, very nice to be walking alongside the river here. And it's got its attractions in this time of year. As I say, the autumn colours, and with us having quite a lot of rain, the sound of the water. So much better than walking by a canal, don't you think? So this is where it gets a bit uneven, quite a lot uneven. The stone footpath now, our bridleway, not a footpath for horses. So you have to keep your eyes on the ground at this point. We're only a bend or two away from the bridge. We weren't a bend or two away from the bridge. We're at the bridge. This is it. Made it to Eastergate Bridge. Now this bridge, I think, is from the 16th or 17th century, and it's a grade 2 listed now. But you see what I mean about how beautiful the bridge is. And this was the packhorse route for carrying goods between Huddersfield and Rochdale back in those days. I'll just switch the camera on and have a look at this view. How picturesque is that? Got a sheep by the water's edge. Isn't it beautiful? And I just love the stone sets here. How many horses, how many people have traversed that bridge over the centuries. How many people have stopped and admired the beauty of this scene, admired the stonework on the bridge. Obviously the bridge was not built as a beautiful thing, it was built as a functional tool to get across the river here and over the moors to Lancashire. We've got a bit of boggy ground here, me with my shoes on. Your dog can scare or harm farm animals. Please keep dogs on the lead. I come through the gate, a sign there saying you're on the Marsden Moor, National Trust land now. This sort of cairn, don't know what obviously it will all have some significance. The cogs of the mills, or the stone turning, grinding, who knows. Yeah, I do like little things like that just appear out of nowhere almost. Sign up there tells us that this is still a public bridleway. We follow the road up, the bridleway up. As I say, this is our destination for the walk. We're going to backtrack in a few minutes, retrace our steps, and then we'll have a wander into Marsden, show you some of the shops and see if we can get something to eat. Look at this, beautiful, peaceful, tranquil nature in all its glory. And a view of the bridge from this side. Lovely, lovely bridge. Never fails to impress me. Yeah, so we've come with grandkids and they've enjoyed playing in the waters here. This is another place where we've stopped and had picnics. See two sheep looking at me there on the banks. You see all the tree planting further up there. All along here, in fact. Young trees. So yeah, we've stopped, picnicked on these rocks. We've picnicked. There's like a little bench there, a beamed bench. With kids just playing in the water. Obviously in summertime the water's not quite so ferocious. There's a track, I don't know if you can see, just where this wall comes down to the riverside. Beyond there's a track that leads all the way up to the top of that hill, and eventually you get to Manchester Road. So you can turn right into Lancashire or turn left and it'll bring you back down into Marsden. So that's a route you could follow if you didn't want to walk back on yourself. On another occasion when I came when I came here alone, I brought a picnic and drinks, and I followed the bridleway, and it leads you right up onto the top of the moors. And I thought, oh, I'll get a really good view of something when I get to the top of the moor. Anyway, when I got there, all you see, as far as the eye can see, is just moorland. Nothing. So I just sat down there, plonked myself, and had a few hours to myself on top of the moor. I'll say this is only a small section of the National Trust land here in Marsden, this Marsden Moor estate. When we get back to the village, I'll point out where you can go up to see more of the moors, and that's where a lot of the reservoirs are. I'll point that out if I remember. But for us today, it's all about heading back, so won't be snail's pace, we'll just give it a good stride out and should be back in Marsden in 30 minutes, so I'll see you then. Hello again. Well, I'm back in Marsden village now, just outside the gates to St Bartholomew's Church here in Marsden. What I've been touched by, these poppies on the railings of the church. Each one's got a name, Gunnar Leslie Farley, 24. I'm guessing that is his age when he died or was killed. Private George Thomas Hanson, 20. There's the vicar of St Bartholomew's, the Reverend Graham Holsworth. Just outside the gates here and the railings, there's a post box. Letters to heaven, no stamp required. Maintained by St Bartholomew's Church. So you could just write a letter to a loved one. Let them know your feelings. I've never ever seen that before. Has anybody else seen something like that? Walk away from the vehicle entrance to St Bartholomew's, continue down, observing these poppies. Private Lewis Lunn, 33. Lance Corporal Willie Lockwood, 23. Private Ernest Wood, Military Medal, age 19. DVR Harold Bamforth, 20. Not sure what DVR stands for, I'm sorry about that. Private William Bottomley, 26. Private Harold Turner, 30. Private Joe Brook, 30. I'm sure all these names can be found on the War Memorial in Marsden. Lance Corporal, Acting Lance Corporal John Lindley, 22. Gunner James Frederick Hoyle, age 26. Private Norman Horncastle, 23. Private Harry Wood, 22. Corporal William Crawford Nairn, 25. Thank you to these gentlemen and all the other service personnel who've lost their lives defending our country. Thank you for your sacrifice. Thank you for your service. We've got a very wonderful pedestrian entry into the church. Don't see many of these, especially in such good condition. There's a proper term for them, isn't there? But like a gatehouse, but I'm not sure if anybody knows the term for these covered entranceways into churchyards. Please let us know in comments. Just to the side of the church, we've got the river running through, the River Colne, the River Colne. Some words you just struggle with, don't you? We've got a very picturesque row of houses called the Green. The river continues under the bridge. So we're not so far away from the main centre. Well, I hope you're enjoying today's walk. Maybe I'll give you some food for thought of a day out. Maybe when the weather's brighter, bring your dog, bring your kids, bring your mum and dad. So we're walking into the village. I'll just switch the camera around now. Yeah, so we're getting to the village here, and this is where we're going to start seeing some businesses. This is trendy cucina italiana. Looks like they're busy with all the fresh ingredients in there, getting ready for lunchtime. Some seating area outside there with heated heat lamps. So this is what they sell. Wednesday to Sunday, Thursday to Sunday, Thursday to Sunday. If you fancy Italian. I also know there's a place called Swan Holiday Lets here. So these look like the holiday cottages. Very basic, but be nice if you fancy taking a little break. Bagstock and Bumble. Cooper's Sweets and Treats, not open, but maybe that's one for the summer. And then Swan House itself. Hard Leather Goods and Studio, New Beginnings Babywear and Keegan & Co. Whatever they are. Hard Leather Goods, established 2011. Very high quality. Hop in for a browse. Muddy paws and boots are welcome. Look at these, very picturesque cottages. How lovely. We're going to walk across the river again, and this is a popular location in summer. See, we've got the poppies on the lamppost here, all up the main street. Yeah, this is a very popular spot for kids. Got a pub here, Riverhead Brewery Tap on Argyle Street. Down here is where all kids play. You can imagine, and the ducks and everything. Lovely warm hot day, kids having paddle dipping, having so much fun. And then we've got a weir here. Is it a weir? Or a waterfall? I'm not sure. But the crashing of water is always a fabulous sound. There we go. Look at that. It's a man-made structure. And another iron bridge, old iron bridge over the river there as well. Right, let's walk up the High Street. Not sure what the street is called. Nick Kirby Geddes, Marsden's Canal, 2002. Right, there's the canal. Canal boat. Bit of an interpretation, in it, artist's interpretation. The railway lines going into the tunnel under the Pennines, and the depiction of Standedge tunnel as well. The church, no doubt, I've just been to. Yeah. All these lovely stone roads as well. So we've got over the road, this is Peel Street, and they've got a place called Peel Street Social. Eat, drink and gather. Next to there, post office, little mini market by the looks of it. Fruit and veg don't seem to be open. Marsden's Bakery, is it getting refurbished at the moment? I'm not sure. We'll concentrate on this side, so there's the entrance to the riverhead. Oh yeah. Now this is a continuation of the pub in here, and then we've got a co-op. I've been in this co-op when I've been in Marsden before. We'll have a look at it's always better to look over the road from the opposite side. I think you get a better view. Bits and pieces, I'm not sure what that is. The paper shop, self-explanatory. The sandwich was the only good thing going on in my life. Regio, is it called Regio? Is that the name of the coffee they serve? Yeah, that's the name of the coffee. I'm not sure. Oh, it's called Mazza's. So, sandwich shop. Breakfast, hot and cold sandwiches, pies, cakes, tea and coffee. Mazza's. Now, this place here has good reviews on TripAdvisor. Called Katie's Homemade Kitchen. Very steamed up. It looks popular. Looks very busy in there. Hot and cold drinks. Iced coffees, all day breakfast, sandwiches, dairy specials, Sunday roast, sweet treats, dog friendly. And I think it's He has a good selection of veggie food, if that's your thing. Got art gallery and gift shop going on here. Continues on. Sorry, we're closed. Only open Thursday, Friday and Saturday. Osteopathy? Osteopath? The skeleton in the window. Very good for Halloween, yeah. And an osteopath. Corn Valley. I said it! Yeah, I'm thinking Corn Valley. Chiropody and pediatric in there. So there's a couple of closed up shops, workmen in there. Maybe going to plan on having a reopen there as some sort of business. Boots the chemist. Erica's, what's this? Erica's hairdressing, hair salon. Yeah. Says Tuesday 10 o'clock to whatever. Marsden Spice above here. Marsden Spice. Next to Marsden Spice is bookshop. Closed on a Tuesday, so. And the Cuckoo's Nest, supporting the local community. Marsden Village charity shop. Have you ever seen such a nice looking charity shop in all your life? They even got a Remembrance Day window, remembering one soldier in particular there. Very nice gentleman's black coat there. Okay, crossing over, we've got a wellbeing studio and coffee house called SAS, and another pub, the Shakespeare. Have you ever been in the Shakespeare? Which is the best pub in Marsden? I am missing, crossing the road and I'm missing something else over there. The New Inn, accommodation, great food, traditional beers. So there's the New Inn as well, if that's your thing. Shakespeare, and coming down, Lily Blossom, good name for a flower shop, and ornaments, yeah, things for your home. Then we've got Marsden Fisheries, bush hour. This is probably where I'll get the bus back to Huddersfield from. Buses are every half an hour. And in front of us, the big building, Marsden Mechanics Institute. This is like the art centre, the theatre, the hub, the Marsden community for artistic goings on. Large venue hall for parties and special events. Flexible spaces to let. So there's going to be a Ready Steady Go 60s show coming. Strictly in ballroom, and mechanics, Marsden Mechanics, social ballroom dance with a sprinkling of Christmas, an organist. We Are the Lions, Mr. Manager. And The Last Machine Breaker, an opera, Revolution on Luddites. There we go, right, so we're running out of footpath here. Are we alright? Yeah, we can move, we can go around. And here's the grand entrance to the colonnades. Oh, the main entrance is where I'd seen that glass vestibule. Got a charity shop there, back up to it, yes. West Yorkshire Dog Rescue. Nice little street, innit, of shops. So yeah, keep harping back summer, springtime, finer weather, you can spend all day. Got the same sort of West Yorkshire vibe, small town of interest like Hebden Bridge, I guess. They attract the same sort of people. So I'm sure they'll have entertainment on the go during the summer as well. There's Mazza's sandwich shop. But I'm going to try and see if I can get served the #1 rated place in Marsden. A bit more than I would normally spend on food looking at the menu, but I'm on my own, so I'm going to treat myself. Why not? And don't forget, bin your gum. I'm here in the Peak Street, Hill Street Social, and I've got making my choice out of the brunch menu. So between 10 o'clock and 3:30 before I guess to go into the evening menu. But good choice and really difficult to choose what to have. I've asked that she gives me, lady greeted us very warmly and very friendly welcome. So I had a choice of sitting inside or outside, which overlooks the river, which is a very lovely scenic spot, but it's quite busy in there. I didn't want to film and pick up, bother other customers whilst they were there. So I think I'm going to go for the Peel Street full English. Now it's quite pricey, as I say, it's a little bit dearer than I would normally pay. It's akin to like being in a tourist district, that sort of price you'd pay in, like we paid in Edinburgh for a full English breakfast. But I'm sure the ingredients are that step above what you might get in a greasy spoon for sure. So the Peel Street full English includes a Marsden sausage, smoked streaky bacon, roasted herby tomato, garlic portobello mushroom, house-made smoky beans, eggs how you like, and toasted sourdough. And that is £13.50. I've taken the orange juice as a drink, but you also get some table water as well, which you can have iced if that's what you prefer. So I'll just show you a little bit around inside here. Here's about a good selection of drinks here. They even sell merchandise by the looks of it. T-shirts, yeah, Peel Street Social T-shirts, and coffee, which you can take away, and even chai, masala chai. Yeah. That's interesting. I do like chai. I do love chai. Choice of cakes here: toffee apple brownie, pumpkin and walnut loaf, rhubarb and custard bonnet. Are all the cakes baked here? Do you bake all the cakes yourself?
Unfortunately not. No, I wish I knew how to do that.
Yeah.
I wouldn't know where to start.
I'm asking the wrong person.
You are.
Yeah.
He knows how to mix the water.
All right. Oh, look at that. Yeah.
Well, that's going to make a good cake.
That's a good one, isn't it? Yeah. I like these downlights. They're really nice. And wooden tables, lovely cushion. Trust me, I'm asking a Yorkshire waterman if he bakes the cakes here in the cafe. Yeah. I'll never live that one down. What an idiot. I had my glasses on as well, and I didn't notice he was a Yorkshire waterman coming out from fixing something in the kitchen, and I'd asked him, do you bake all the cakes? Could do with a Yorkshire water hole to disappear into now. Anyway, it is what it is, as I say. Right, I'm just waiting for my... Oh, she hasn't even taken my order because I said give us 5 minutes, so yeah, that's fine. So I'll see you when the food appears. Look at that. Wow. That is a delicious looking meal. Poached eggs. Look how it's presented and everything. You just want to look at it, don't you? When it's like this, beautiful. So these are smoked beans and tomatoes, streaky bacon, Marsden sausage, portobello mushrooms. Oh, I do love my mushrooms, and sourdough. Wow, wait. I'm going to need 2 hands anyway to eat this, so I'm going to put that down. But very, very pleased. And you can see what your money is getting you. Absolutely superb. Now just let me eat it. There we are. In full English at Peel Street Social Club. Done. And then I finished my orange juice, and this is, I've ordered iced chai, which I love my chai from the time in India. So I'm going to try it. Don't think I've ever had iced tea or iced coffee before, so this is a first as well. So let's give it a taste. That is lovely. I love it. I love it. I don't know what the powder is on top. Delicious. Full, thirst quenched quality all around. Love it. So I might see you outside for my epilogue. If the battery lasts out, I'll be drinking this and then heading for the bus back to Bonnybradford. Down to 4% battery, so you might not even see the end of it. But yeah, the food was delicious. The iced chai first, absolutely lovely. So no hesitation in recommending Peel Street Social is in Marsden. You want something to eat? Top quality ingredients, top quality service, and a lovely place as well. Next time I think I'll sit by one of those seats in the glass conservatory type. I think next time I'll take a seat where you're looking out onto the river, because that'll look spectacular. But yeah, happy days. So that's it for my little day trip to Marsden. Hope you've enjoyed it. Thanks for watching, and I'll say goodbye before the battery dies on me. Until the next time, wherever the trip might take me, Dodger out.